So last week we talked about what would it take to make the Harry Potter remake a success, what sort of stuff fans would like to see and so on, and boy did that really split the room. So let's do it again. Severus Snape, brave, selfless hero or self-centered grudge holder. Did he deserve the description later given to him as bravest man Harry ever knew, or was he just a jerk looking out for his own interests? Well, let's weigh both sides. The Snape we first come to know is the Snape that hates Harry from the start with no clear motive. There is Harry sitting there at a whopping 11 years old, and Snape singles him out day one, right out of the gate, as some fame-hungry attention seeker. Harry's known of the wizarding world for what? A month at this point? He doesn't know a snitch from a hole in the ground, let alone the significance that even Voldemort's name holds. Yet, Snape chooses to treat him like an entitled brat who's been using the name Potter to get an easy ride his whole life. Now, as you know, there are the movies and then there are the books. And the movie Snape isn't quite as vicious as the Snape in the book. Book Snape showed more examples of the blind hostility he had towards Harry. There were precious few moments where Snape and Harry were in the same vicinity that Snape didn't swing first, as it were. No chance to deduct points from Gryffindor or opportunities to tarnish his father's memory were ever passed up. In the case when Snape had the task of directly helping Harry learn occlumency, did he give Harry an explanation of how it was done? What steps to take? How to concentrate? No, he used their sessions together to expose Harry to the curse over and over again without rest, without direction or instructions beyond just try harder. Try what harder? At this point, Snape is just using Harry as a proxy for getting back at James, Snape's schoolmate and Harry's father. Which brings us to the crux of the problem. The fact is, Harry's father James tormented Snape throughout school. And just as Harry had done nothing to deserve Snape's disdain, Snape also didn't deserve any of the treatment he received at the hands of James and Sirius. And this is where we start to understand the arguments in Snape's favor. Two things happened to Snape. The girl Snape loved from childhood not only did not end up with Snape, but instead married the person who made his life a misery. What a kick in the teeth. Snape adored Harry's mother, Lily, since age 10, and this is the part of the story I wish the movies had covered more thoroughly. In the books, we read several conversations between Lily and Snape, and we get the full picture of what Lily meant to Snape. In many ways, Lily was the only positive thing in Snape's life. So when he loses her and later sees her marry his archenemy, you can imagine the absolute injustice he must have felt. Seeing Lily marry the guy who assailed him on a daily basis, criticize every aspect of him, preferably in front of a crowd, must have driven an existing hatred into the stratosphere. Later in the story, when Voldemort did what he did and Lily paid the price, Snape was beside himself with grief and ultimately vows to Dumbledore to help keep Harry safe. As a tribute to Lily, right? Because he felt so bad because of his direct actions, Lily died and now Harry was parentless. But he was going to make it right and watch over the boy when she couldn't, yes? I'm not sure what Lily would have said about his particular brand of watching over, but there's no doubt that Snape was an asset and an immense help to Dumbledore. Between containing curses, brewing potions, and providing a glimpse into the plans of the Death Eaters, Snape was incredibly devoted to Dumbledore. He was a great friend and developed a strong partnership with Dumbledore. Is it possible that it was Dumbledore that benefited most from Snape's remorse, not Harry? Is it possible that while Snape's career at Hogwarts started under the pretense of helping Harry, instead morphed into a service to Dumbledore for sparing Snape's life, not turning him in, and generally vouching for him for the next decade? I don't know, maybe that's too harsh. There were times when Snape did protect Harry, like when his broom was jinxed at the Quidditch game. He also sent his Patronus to guide Harry to the sword of Gryffindor that was laying at the bottom of a frozen pond. So clearly his disdain for James, or anything related to James, only stretched so far. So let me know what you think. On balance, would you say that Snape is a character who kept his word to watch over Harry and help him in his journey to defeat Voldemort, despite his poisoned history with James? Or was he as worthy of the title hero as the Dudleys were? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.